Hello you, hello me, hello everyone that be listening right here, right now. This is the Milo Podcast. Bing bong, bing bong. Episode number 35. Oh yes. Yes. Episode number 35, people. What a fucking milestone. What a fucking chapter that we have stepped upon, that we have waltzed on into, that we have turned the page towards. Yeah, episode number 35. It's been a long-ass adventure, and we've been having so much fun. Our band of merry men picking up all types of fucking artifacts and gaining experience and, you know, just getting stronger and better and smarter and more swole and more intelligent. And we're getting more ethereal, and we're getting more generous, and we're getting more kind and more mean, and we're getting more skinny and more fat, and we're getting so much more money than ever before because people paying us for our expertise now. Finally, we're getting the credit that we deserve as a, not just a unit, but as a party, as a species, as a race. I'm feeling a bit shallow lately, you know. I'm feeling not very deep. I'm feeling like I lack depth. And that's just like, you know, my entire life I thought that I had depth. I thought that I had some kind of unique insight. But lately, now when I'm bumping into these star players and elite fucking influencers and other types of fucking street level geniuses that you don't usually encounter on a day-to-day basis, as one of these, you know, special event type people, once in a blue moon type of special person, knocks you off your feet, and you're like, wow. This is like an elite level human. This is what I should be striving towards. All this time I thought that I was such a good guy. It turns out I'm fucking shit. I'm crap, you know what I mean? It's fucking just absolute shit and crap. Because some of the depth that people be having, like very complex people, very, very complicated, very intricate and technically minded, you know, like psychosis, fucking psychological type people with a lot of fucking leagues under the sea when it comes to their thoughts, man. Like Mariana Trench type fucking levels of dark, deep fucking contemplation, and just making me think that, you know, I've been down all this time. I thought that I was in the deep end of the pool, and it turns out the water's barely up to my fucking knees. I'm in the fucking kiddie pool, bruh. I'm in the fucking kiddie little wading around, not doing anything fucking nefarious or anything evil, mind you, but I just thought that I was being deep as hell. Turns out I'm being shallow as fuck. Duh. And how come I didn't notice that? Why didn't I realize that? I had my head too far up my own ass to realize that I was actually being fucking judgmental, materialistic, superficial, and, I had low self-esteem when I was projecting all of these narcissistic fucking things onto other people to protect my tiny little ego, which is actually fragile as a porcelain mouse, man. So yeah, turns out that there's a lot more deeper things in life and a lot more deeper people, deeper peeps, you know what I mean, bruh, out there, and it's just up to us to find them. Maybe if we're lucky, half as lucky as what I am, then one of these people might enter your life one day and just reach out and touch you, not physically, but maybe emotionally or intellectually or spiritually or some type of shit like that, man. And that might just raise you up, like you're getting your thetans up, getting your power level up and away into the stratosphere. We be zooming, bruh, you know what I mean? And that just fucking elevates us all. It elevates you, it elevates me. If we can all learn it, it's 2:45. We don't gotta burn it, we just gotta be. I'm coming to churn it, and then you will see. I'm churning the butter. I'm fucking your mother. I'm coming straight through with a brand new box cutter. Yeah. Because that's what I do in the warehouse, man. I be cutting the boxes, and I gotta use a deep ass knife because the boxes be really fucking big. So yeah, all the thoughts that I had that I thought were so perplexing and so fucking like, revelatory and what's the word? Like I was making like iconoclastic type of fucking visions in my mind, and all types of fucking quantum thoughts were going through my brain, and like in my neural map inside of my neurons and stuff were flashing around. And I thought that I was like having so many catalytic fucking turn of the revolution type fucking ideas popping inside of my old thought box. But it turns out there's nothing like that up there, and I was just mistaken this whole time, thinking that I was so deep when I'm actually really shallow, you know? Got the fucking wind blowing on my undergarments because they're not even under the water, bruh. It's like, I thought that I was like, I can see myself, man. You know, I've got a bit of self-reflection, got a little bit of self-awareness, and I thought that what I could see, which was most of me, like now I've come to realize that I could actually see all of me. But this whole time that I thought that this whole time I was looking at myself, and I thought that's not the whole thing. That's just the tip of the iceberg. I was like, I can see me, but I know that there's way more down below. Like, 99% more of me is below the surface where you can't see it. You can't fucking access it. It's off limits, man. You got to have like VIP type fucking backstage passes, security clearance of the maximum fucking level of government to get into the deep and dark layers of the that penetrate my psyche, that are inbuilt inside of my mind's maze or whatever, the labyrinth of my brain, with all the thoughts and stuff that I have in there, and all the fucking ideas and the blueprints for all kinds of crazy, fucking schematics and shit that I'd be carrying. And I thought that I was doing really good, but it turns out that some super genius who's only just 10 years old or whatever the fuck, living on another country somewhere else, barely fucking getting by, can't earn any money, too fucking young to work, too poor to fucking get food every day, and they're smarter than me, man, like just doing some ascetic type shit where they just like sit cross-legged, pondering the fucking questions of the universe ever since they were born, under the practice of a fucking voodoo guru, master fucking Hindu, Buddhist type guy or whatever, man, who's just fucking teaching these kids how to be enlightened. And that's not me, man. That's the kind of privilege that I didn't have. I was damned, cursed to grow up in this first world society where I got fucking nothing but a roof over my head, food in my belly, and gas in the tank, man. You know what I'm saying, bro? And it's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit, mate. All this time, I thought I was great. It turns out that it's just shit. And there's fucking kids out there that are better than me, more enlightened, more smarter, more introspective, and they're highly reflective. I need to go get a detective and see if they can work out the inspections of my rental property because they're way too frequent, man. So yeah, feeling really shallow. I don't like to give any more, now that I realize how shallow I really am, I'm not giving no more credence to these half-baked ideas out there that I used to think were really smart. Now I can see that they're just so stupid. You know what I'm saying, bro? Which leads me to my next point, man. Like, current thing, man. Everyone wants to talk about the current thing right now. I love the current thing. Current thing, so tasty. And the current thing, man, is celebrity scandals. First of all, why should I care? I don't care. I don't care if the guy that sings has weird sex. I don't care if the dude that had a hit song 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago is gay. I don't care if he, used his influential powers in the music industry to have sex with people who wanted to have sex with him so that they would be granted, career in Hollywood or whatever the fuck. Like all these fucking, you think that I give a shit about Harvey Weinstein fucking doing whatever the fuck he did, man? P. Diddy, apparently, like, I don't care if he bought 1,000 cartons of baby oil and he poured them all over his body and had sex with every rapper in the industry. I don't care. I don't care. No, did he round these guys up with a pistol and fucking put them in the back of his van, fly them on over to the island, the magic fucking Epstein Island that he lives on? Apparently he lives on Love Island somewhere, and force these people to suck his dick or some shit? I don't care. I don't care about it, man. I don't care. It's celebrity world, it's not real world. I don't care about it. They live totally separate to me. They can do whatever they want to each other, man. They can do whatever the fuck they want to each other. They ain't doing it to me. They're not doing it to you. They're not ever going to do it to anyone that you know, or not going to do it to anyone that you know, or who they know, or who they know, or they know. It's never going to happen. This is all fantasy bullshit that happens in some kind of bubble elsewhere in a theoretical place that you don't even have access to, and you never will. You know what I mean? It's a bunch of bullshit. So yeah, A, I don't care. B, how the fuck do we supposed to verify that any of this shit is true anyway? This shit gets so much fucking hype around it, man. You know what I'm saying? People get so excited because their lives are so fucking boring that all they can do is jump on Twitter or X and scroll and just see a bunch of made up fucking fabricated bullshit of schizophrenic people that are connecting the dots on shit that doesn't exist in the first place, right? And then these people, normal people that are like dumb brain dead idiots scrolling like, oh, what? P. Diddy fucking, he went to Palestine and he blew up 100 babies? Oh, what? Next fucking tweet. P. Diddy rounded up 100 whales and flew them to the moon and then set the moon on fire? And next thing, P. Diddy kicked my dog and then he it's just most of it is bullshit. I don't believe it. Like, listen, I'm not saying that people of influential power, fame, and money don't do bad things. I'm sure that they do. I'm sure they do bad things all the time, frequently, right? But what I'm saying is I don't believe it. I'm not saying that it's impossible. I'm just saying I don't believe it. And I will not believe it until some fucking evidence comes out. Put these people to trial, investigate the shit, lay the evidence out, prove what happened, and then we can all just fucking take a deep breath, stop playing with ourselves and go, oh, okay, so that's what happened in the real world. No more fantasy, conspiracy fucking bullshit. And like I said, I believe that because conspiracy's happening. There's people out there doing bad shit. Probably some of them are celebrities, and probably they're into all kinds of fucking sick and twisted sex extortion type shit, right? And drugs and fucking whatever the hell else. I'm saying it's all possible, but I don't believe any claims until they get verified because, I just don't want to take conspiracies at face value. And it's funny because people be like, follow the science. But now we've got courts of law to fucking, verify the exact events as they happen. And now, but we don't need to use those in the cases of celebrity conspiracies because everyone can just go, oh, it's obvious. You can see that he did this. And everyone's been saying it for years. Everyone's been saying that people have been corrupt for years. So it must be true. Public trial. I don't care. I don't believe the shit they said about Vince McMahon. I don't believe the shit they're saying about P. Diddy right now. What I will believe is that they're probably bad people. They could be good people, but they're probably bad people. And is it possible that they did the things they've been accused of? Yes. Do I believe it? No. When will I believe it? When they get convicted in the court of law, man. That's when I'll believe any of the wild fucking claims that have come out. Because they just get wilder and deeper and crazier and more spun out, man. It's just random people on Twitter just make here's a photo. People love to post photos of celebrities in the same place as other celebrities. Oh, look at the connection. Like some big fucking ballroom fucking Met Gala industry fucking dinner of entertainment with 1,000 celebrities in one fucking giant room. There's gonna be all types of photos and fucking different angles of people standing next to each other, people playing lip service to each other, just, waving, smiling, saying hello, greetings, all that type of shit, right? And it doesn't mean anything. The conspiracies on Twitter are just so insane, man. So yeah, A, I don't care. B, I don't believe it. C, there's so much fucking bullshit. How do you verify any of it was real? D, how do you know that these rappers and other stars and stuff like that didn't consent to getting all lubricated up with baby oil and sucking Diddy's cock or whatever the fuck else, man? You know what I'm saying? They're if Diddy is the mastermind and wants to have sex with men rappers, then who's to say that those men rappers didn't want to have sex with Diddy, bruh? You know what I'm saying? It goes both ways, man. Sex is a two-way street, dude. So yeah, P. Diddy, he probably could be the worst, most evil person in the world since Hitler, but that remains to be proven, and when it's proven, then I'll make a funny tweet about baby oil or some shit. Current thing, man, you know what I'm talking about? Current thing. We all love to have an opinion on the current thing. If I got rich and I got famous and I started to influence people, I'd be upset that I wasn't invited to these crazy ass parties, man. Like, what's the point in getting rich and famous and influential in the first place if I'm not gonna get invited to any of Diddy's crazy sex parties, dude? Isn't that what the fucking whole purpose of getting rich and famous is? So I can do crazy shit that no one else can do? Duh. I'll be upset, man. What's wrong with, like, everyone's over there partying on Love Island. Here I am sitting in my mansion, wiping my tears away with a $100 bill, watching the party happen on Instagram Reels and TikTok Live, wondering what the fuck I did that was so wrong that didn't get me invited to the fucking sexathon, man. Like, it caught me off guard, because first of all, I was like, hey, this dude's pretty handsome. Then the second of all, I was like, hey, this guy is literally me. It's like looking into a mirror, man. I was like, what the fuck, dude? And he was having a similar reaction. He was looking at me and he was like, what the fuck, man? Like, we were literally just spitting image of each other, man. I don't know, is it spitting or splitting? I thought it was spitting. But like, we're the copy. We're clones, man. Like, I'm telling you, he was like I don't know if he was the evil one or the good one, or maybe we're both neutral. But he was like my doppelganger. That's what I mean, my doppelganger. He's even wearing the same clothes. He was carrying the same items. He had his phone in his right pocket. He had his keys in his left pocket. And he had a bottle of Coke in his hand. Exactly like me, man. I had a bottle of Coke in my hand. I had my phone in my pocket too. You know what I mean? So it was really fucking weird and supernatural, because like usually I'd be walking around and I don't run into carbon copies of myself, but this time it happened. And I don't know if I stepped into like a Twilight Zone or some type of alternate reality, or I don't know, like a different realm or something like that, you know what I mean, where there's multiple copies of me existing, or a different timeline. Maybe that's what it was, like a different timeline. But even if it was a different timeline, why was he the exact same age? Why was he carrying all the same stuff that I had? Like, was it maybe just a glitch in the Matrix or something? I don't know how to even, like, I don't know how to describe the phenomena. All I can tell you is like my mirror, right? Carrying the same stuff, spoke the same language. I tried talking to him, man, and he spoke back, and we were both talking in English, and we were both like having a good conversation. And the thing is, everything that I said, he was saying at the same time as me. It was like I was talking into a mirror. But like, you know, it wasn't a mirror. It was a 3D object before me. Like, we were both like sort of like double helixing around each other, trying to get a good 360-degree view, because neither of us could believe what we were fucking seeing, right? And yeah, so he seemed to know, not only did he say the same things that I said, but he seemed to think the same things that I thought, and he seemed to know all the same stuff that I did, and he had the same memories, he had the same skills, the same fucking like experiences in life and stuff, man. It was me, dude. It was like me from the same time, and well, I won't say another timeline. I can't say the same timeline, not unless there's always been two of me in this one timeline or whatever, but like, you know what I'm trying to say? Very confusing and very supernatural. So I got his number. He had the same phone number as me. And so like, what the fuck? How am I supposed to ever contact him again? Like, so we sort of like, we got a beer, we sat down, shared a couple cigarettes, had a few drinks and stuff like that. Tried to, you know, have a conversation, but it was really boring, because every time I said something, he already knew what I was, like the exact way I was going, like the path, the direction I was taking the conversation, and vice versa. Anytime he had anything to say to me, it was the same bullshit that I'd already thought about the day before or something. So it was really fucking boring, you know what I mean? So yeah, and at the end of it, we traded numbers and stuff, and it turns out he had the same phone number. So I put his number in my phone, and he put my number in his phone, and I sent him a text message the next day, and the text message just came back to me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if like he sent me a text message at the same time as I sent him one, but it was really like, how do we even know anyway? Because we both had the same phone number. I tried to call him and it just had a busy fucking like dial tone or whatever. Like, maybe he was calling me at the same time, but like, you know what I mean? It's just like impossible for me to communicate with him over the phone when we were finally apart or from each other, you know? So I'm at a bit of a loss, but I didn't ask for his address. I didn't think that far. But he was a good bloke. And I hope that we get to catch up again one day in the future.
This is President Quadell reporting live from the Presidential News Network, motherfucker. Tune in. We got some crazy ass reports coming in. Hey, what's that? Breaking news. TV crews, we break the news, 7 billion views. He's breaking news at the crack of noon. We break the news. It's breaking news. Don't sleep, bitch. Don't snooze. You just seen the motherfucking breaking news. Quiet and Milo, they in the news. Salt and piles of coke in the Oval Room. I could give a fuck about me representing all them peoples. I don't even provide for my children. I got the top job, now I make a killing. I'm in a building, I run a special op. I'm a foreign leader, then I kill him or her. The president of the world is on some double agent shit. I'm handsome, never agent, bitch. I run the presidential network, yes, I'm made for this. Take the story day to day, sensationalize it. I fucked a very sexy lady, you may be my daughter. I pay the camera crew to keep spying on it. The network catch me in the streets, it better show what I'm buying. The motorcade that I'm riding, the Secret Service who driving, the wife on the side chick, the other president, young Milo I ride with, also the partner I rhyme with. Let the citizens keep on abiding, and I keep telling them lies, well they none the wiser. If you thinking about uprising, don't fucking try me, bitch. Breaking news, TV crews, we break the news, 7 billion views. He's breaking news at the crack of noon. We break the news. It's breaking news.
Stop the presses, man. Hey, man, that's just fake news. Do not print that.
Hey, man, listen up. That's fake news, man. Stop printing that. Actually, I'm gonna sue that newspaper. I'm gonna sue that news network, and I'm gonna take all of your money, bitch. You feel me? Hey. 2 passports, 2 presidents, international intelligence. We taking over everything, it's double or it's nothing. My policy is stubborn, the media spin my words and turn on me like an oven. The heat is steady rising, they compiling the clips in the tweets that twist my words. They ain't hear it from my lips, but they gotta get a headline. Print anything for the deadline. Quadell and Milo be fine, no God but we still divine. The vote is rigged by design, the polls will say we're behind, but majorities are silent and the streets are getting violent. Protest after riot, after protest after riot. I need to meditate and quiet, losing my mind. The people constantly divided, why can't they see the signs? It's a sign of the times, it's 2020, we're blind. And we got problems to find, cause this is problems we make. And pretend that love is hate, we know the news is all fake. Presidents of the world, making this planet great. It's a war against the media, anyone can edit Wikipedia. Fuck everyone and their mass hysteria. Whatever happens, Milo is ahead of you. Pull up in a limousine with quad, and you know that we got paparazzi with the cameras looking at me like I'm Gamera. I'm a big player, call me Godzilla. Got the Spanish folk wrapped up inside a tortilla. Mamma mia, don't forget that I got love for the Italians. Fucked an Asian bitch back in my Ferrari like a stallion. Gave the bitch a baby, made the bitch the first lady. Then she took me straight to court and asked for 900,000.
Breaking news, TV crews, we break the news, 7 billion views. He's breaking news at the crack of noon. We break the news, it's breaking news.
Welcome to the Milo Experience.
Here's the problem that we're all gonna face eventually, right? Some sooner, some later, some more than others, but it's finally happening to me here and now. I'm running out of space. I noticed it here at work the other day. Bumping my fucking limbs and appendages. I was bumping my appendages on things, right? Corners and fucking triangles and prisms and other types of shapes that were just jutting out of whatever, the walls and stuff, man, in the spaces and stuff. And I realized that my space is getting less and less and less. And like soon I'll probably even barely be able to fucking move or something, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like the walls are closing in. It's just like the space inside of the walls is becoming decreased compared to what it was prior. And what that means is that it's getting like, you know, very claustrophobic, very difficult to fucking like just have a clear path from point A to point B. Makes it harder for me to fucking store the stuff that I need to at work. I've got all these products coming in, and like none of even the products are going out, right? Products are coming in and products are going out. Don't you worry about that. But the fact of the matter is that the space is still getting smaller and smaller. And it's not just at work, it's inside my car. I can feel like I can barely turn my head, I can barely move my arms and fucking whatever. Can barely get in and out of the vehicle in the first place. And then when I'm trying to drive my car down the street, it feels like I'm in this tiny little tunnel. I don't know how other cars are just driving around being all, open and free or whatever, like free roaming. Or I'm locked into this fucking on-rails type grid. I feel like I'm driving down the center of a syringe or something, you know what I mean? That's how much space I've got. And then I come home, my tiny little house getting like shrinking. I can barely get in the door, can barely open up the door and get inside of the door and then go into the rooms of my house. You know, my house has got rooms in it and I can't get inside. I mean, I can get inside, but it's just really hard. Like I said, it's just similar at work. I got to squeeze on through and got to push on by everywhere just to go to lay down in bed or whatever. And I can barely get into my bed because it's full of shit, like full of stuff. Like there's no space there. Can't store anything at my house. I can't store. My computer is running out of space. I got no hard drive space yet left. It's like my cyberspace is all gone. I feel like I need to take a SpaceX rocket and go out into outer space to get away from all this shrinking space that I've fucking got here on Earth, man. I'm feeling real restricted, real cut off from the outside. Like I don't have no more option to do anything except just, I don't know, get crushed under the weight of this negative fucking whatever, negative effects of the fucking space-time continuum or whatever, man. And I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy. It's making me feel small. It's making me feel insecure. And it's making me feel like I don't know what to do with my life anymore, man. How am I supposed to expand to new horizons? How am I supposed to grow if I can barely like just fucking move? Like my access is restricted. It's getting harder to breathe. Like it feels like I'm getting crushed on my chest. Like no space at all, man. And then like I try to go out into space and then there's no space out there. It's just nothing but fucking full, not space. It's just like, it's like the ocean. There's no space in the ocean. It's full of water. Except it's out there. It's just full of anti-space. Bullshit, man. It's fucking bullshit. I've had enough of it. People making fun of me about having no space. When I go around the place, they're like, look, there's Milo, and he's got no space. Look at him, he's getting smaller. He's the places that he goes, like he's getting less and less fucking freedom. He's just getting more restricted to everything that he does, his actions, the things that he buys, and the stuff that he keeps. He's got no space to keep it anywhere. He can barely fucking drive his car. People making fun of me, you know what I mean? Everywhere I go, people pointing out, hey, there's Milo, the guy with no space. He doesn't know what space is. He forgot the definition of space. Everyone laugh at Milo. There he goes. The spaceless man. That's what they're going to call me. I'll probably go down in history as the guy that had no space. The spaceless man. They're going to put that on my tiny little gravestone. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe they'll vaporize me because there won't be any space to put me in the graveyard by the time I die. And I'll just have to, I don't know, like, maybe they'll just give me like a digital obituary on Facebook or like some type of thing on cyberspace. The only place where there's like virtually enough space for me to have a JPEG image uploaded with some text below it. And they're going to call me the spaceless man. Here lies the spaceless man. He had no space and he died in this place with no space. I had a crazy ass dream the other day and I'm going to tell you about it right now. So it started out like most of my dreams. I was like sort of navigating the streets. Like I have in my dreams, my dreams are most of the time the same shit over and over and over and over and over again. It's always the same fucking thing that happens in my dreams. That's in a regular dream anyway. I feel like I have the same regular ass dreams every night, and occasionally I have a crazy dream. So in my regular ass dreams, well, maybe I should start. My crazy ass dreams started off like my regular ass dreams, right? Just like usually navigating the streets. Even though I drive, I take a lot of public transport. And I drive around a lot as well in my dreams. So I'll be taking trains, buses, or driving my car around. And it's always like twisty, turny, like big ass, unfamiliar alien cities that I've never been in my life. And I'll be driving around or navigating these places, trying to get here, there, and whatever. And here's where this dream diverted course. This is what made it exceptional, remarkable, amazing, and fantastic. So I was driving around, and then suddenly I noticed on my passenger seat there was $50, and I was like, "What? $50? That wasn't there before. Am I dreaming?" And then the $50 that like looked at me. On the money, there's a head, right, of the Queen or of the whatever, the president or some shit, and it was talking to me. It was like, "No, you're not dreaming." I was like, "What the fuck? This is too crazy to be real." So I pulled over and I grabbed the money. I ran into the news agency and I spent like $50 on scratchy tickets, like the scratch lotto tickets. And because I thought this is my lucky day, I got a talking dollar bill, $50. I ordered fucking spend this luck somehow. So ran into the news agency. I put $25 on the Powerball, and I put $25 of scratch tickets, and I was there scratching away, right there in the news agent, scratching the scratch tickets with my coins, and then the coin started to, I was scratching too hard, it caught on fire, and it caught the desk on fire, and the ticket on fire, and the coin caught on fire, and I was like, what the fuck? This seems to be a little bit, serious or whatever. So I went out the back, washed my hands, and I jumped back in my car, and I looked back and the entire newsagent was burning. And I took that as a sign. I was like, well, if that wasn't where my luck was supposed to be spent, it must be still coming, right? It must be I've had this lucky omen. That was an unlucky omen. I feel like, something must be happening in my life right now. Like maybe the moon's aligning with the retrograde of Saturn or whatever the fuck, So I'm trundling along, my engine conks out, and I thought, well, this is definitely not a dream. Jumped out of my car, and I was on the beach. That's when this big sinkhole opened up and took my car with me. With it. I'd got out in just 5 seconds time. It took me 5 seconds to get out the car and jump over to the sandy bank. And then by that time, the car went down the sinkhole and into a spike pit. And I looked down in the pit, and then not only was there spikes in the pit, but a lot of headless bodies, and then there was decapitated heads on top of spikes and stuff with the spinal cord and the brain stem sticking out. And down there with them was a bunch of dogs that was eating the blood and licking up the meat, and a lot of flies and a lot of cats and stuff like that. They were all just hanging out down the bottom of the pit. I thought it looked like a lot of disease and shit must be going on down there, right? But then one of the dogs looked up, and I thought there's no way that this could I didn't feel like I was in any type of danger, but the dog looked up and it started to run around the walls of the pit really fast. If you ever see those motorcycles that are inside the death bowl or inside of sometimes the motorcycles just be in a pit as well, and they're driving around the walls real quick, right? And the dog started doing that, except it was running really fast, and it started to run so fast that the walls got smaller and smaller and smaller, and by the time that the dog reached the top, the tide of the waves of the ocean had come in and was starting to smash down on the entire beach, right? And all the people were starting to run. It was really violent, tumultuous types of fucking waves and floods coming from the ocean, and it was smashing up the jetties, and it's starting to smash up the marina and smashing up all the boats and smashing the umbrellas and the beach towels and the beach volleyball nets, and all the people that were playing beach volleyball got washed away. And they got flushed out into the sewers of the city, and it was my job to go and look for them. So first of all, I blew up my dinghy, my fucking motorized blow-up boat, and I took that with me down to the fucking bottom of the sewers. And then I was looking around for survivors. I found a couple of mice, I found some giraffes, and I found an elephant, and I found a woolly mammoth, but I couldn't find any humans. So me and this gang of animals, we started this federation of survival society, we call it, and we started to, we made a little base. We started to make a base in the sewer, and what we were going to do is we plan on just staying down there in the dark dankness, in the stinkiness, and looking around for survivors for the next, however long it would take until we found all of the people that got washed away. But little did I know that by the time that we started setting up this federation, we had already got some double agents that were inside of the committee trying to sabotage our efforts. They knew where the people were being stored, but they wouldn't tell the rest of us. And every time that we thought that we were getting closer and closer to the kidnapped people that got washed away by the storm or whatever, one of these dudes would swap their location. He would send a message out, tell the people, the powers that be, that we need to relocate the hostages because we're about to fucking make a breakthrough and we're going to bust them out or whatever, right? So all in all, it was very, very tactical espionage action type shit. I felt a bit like I was Metal Gear Solid or a bit like The Departed, Infernal Affairs type thing or whatever, where it's, is it Internal Affairs? Where, I'm trapped in the underworld of this fucking, living this double life type of thing where I'm so deep into it now that I feel like I can't get out, and the people that know about me inside are starting to forget. So it's my walls were crushing in and down around me. I didn't know what to do. There was no one that could prop me up, no one that could boost me up, no one that would listen, no one that would extend a helping hand, right? And that's when I realized to myself that, like, if I'm going to get myself out of this mess, it's going to have to take it upon myself to climb and crawl and get up off my knees and start thinking about ways that I can devise a plan to break free of the chains that be fucking keeping me held down on these low-level fucking spiritual levels that they're keeping me, you know what I mean? And it was a bunch of hard work and a bunch of fucking, you know, real, like, brass tacks type shit. I was banging the rocks together, and finally I got some action happening, and that's when I could stand on my own 2 feet and pull myself up out of the fucking ground that they were trying to keep me locked down, you know? It was a good dream. It was a really crazy dream, and that's what I think it had a lot of deep meaning to it that I'm still yet to understand. I'm going to be thinking about it for a long time. That's why it's stuck with me now. I think it's going to stay with me for, you know, quite some time. While I try to, like, sit down and really think about the different angles from which I could approach this and dissect it to try and figure out what the true meaning was. All right, people, I think that's just about enough from me. It's just about enough. I think that's just about a fucking enough from me, all right? I've had enough. If you're listening on YouTube, you know what to do, tube. Go down and hit the subscribe button. Hit thumbs up. Leave a comment saying bing bong or say, hey Milo, and I will heart the comment and I will respond and I'll say hello. Yeah. And if you're listening on Spotify, you're that guy. Like the episode, follow the podcast on Spotify. I'm going to post a poll and you can interact with the poll, right? And that's fun. That's fun to do. If you want to contact me, you can email me at milo@milopkl.com. That's milo@milopkl.com, okay? If you've got a voice memo, an audio note, if you want to tell me something, if you want me to consider something for the show, if you want to do anything, if you got something to say to me, then fucking say it, mate. Put it in an email and send it on through to milo@milopkl.com. Alrighty, motherfucker. That's the end of the Milo Podcast. Bing bong, bing bong. Episode number 35. And I will see you in the next episode. Bing bong.